Lori wants to know how we met. Um, so um, I it was about a year and a half ago, and I happened to be on Facebook, and I was looking at the feed. You know, they just send random videos to you, and I saw this video, and it was it was of this little girl who was helping her mom open up the croissant tube, and she was really freaked out, and I was just laughed. I laughed and I laughed. So I liked it, and then I started getting other videos from them, and I started watching them. I'm like, oh, these guys are pretty cool. And then there was one Sunday when, if you guys remember, when everybody was when they were up north um, visiting Nana's dad and going out to the lake, and there was one live that they did. There was a Sunday where I usually worked on Sundays, and for some reason, I think what had happened was I was what was I doing? Oh, like I think there was like not enough. If you didn't know, I used to be a dog handler. I worked at a dog daycare, and what happened was, I guess that day there wasn't enough dogs, so I told the bosses, and they said, "Well, send somebody home." And I figured, like, the other kids at work there probably could use some money, so I volunteered to just take off. So I didn't really have anything to do, so I went home, and I happened to catch the live that they were doing when it was the day when they went to they were like going kayaking or canoeing, and they were in really shallow water. It was like so shallow that like they kind of had to pull themselves along because they were scraping the bottom. And at one point, I guess everybody started giving Nana a hard time because uh, or Angie or Ange as I call her. Um, anyway, so they were people on the live were just giving Angie a real hard time, and because uh, because Anna didn't have her life jacket on, her life vest, and it was because it was so shallow that had she fallen out, she probably would have drowned because it wasn't deep enough for her to be able to right herself. So Ange thought it would probably be a better idea to not have the life vest on. But anyways, everybody's giving her a real hard time, and it's really upset me. So I think I like even said something on live, but like afterwards, I messaged Angie, and I just said, "Hey, that was really messed up. I'm sorry you had to deal with all of that." And that was it. I just wanted to just let her know that, like, somebody was felt bad for her and was upset, and then we just started talking, and there's really nothing. There was no ulterior motive or anything like that. It was just we just. I think I didn't even talk to her for another month, if I recall. Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks or something. Yeah, 3 weeks. And but I still kept getting the videos and stuff, so I was watching that. And I think I didn't know, like, how you get those badges, like, if you're like, top fan or something. I thought that she had um uh um bestowed that badge on me, so I was like, oh, hey, that's cool. Like, if she's she wants to be my friend. I didn't know that when you're on this side of the screen, Facebook is the one that does that. It's not it wasn't Angie that put that. So anyway, I guess I don't know what I said to her, but she just, for some reason, just decided I wasn't a creep, and we just started talking. And let's see, for a long time we were just kind of talking back and forth, and we talk every day, and we're just like friends, and was just a nice thing that I would look forward to at the end of the day. I knew I could just chat with Angie because she was cool, she was nice, and I felt comfortable talking to her, and just went from there. And then end of this is 2020, so about end of September, beginning of October, I I I caught COVID, and I was lucky enough to have a friend, one of the owners of one of the dogs that I took care of. He he's like independently wealthy guy, and he had all these like apartments that were just open and that were furnished, and he's like, hey man, just like you can just stay at this one of my apartments that I have, and don't worry about it, and you can just quarantine yourself there, because I was staying with the place I was living at. I didn't want to like get anybody else sick, so it was a great place for me to kind of seek refuge in and not infect anybody and not have to worry about that, and I could just sort of ride it out. But anyway, it's really interesting. I'm sure a lot of you have probably experienced this, but like when you go through some type of a crisis, um, you don't the people kind of that you expect to be there for you, sometimes they don't show up, and then people that you don't even expect just come out of the woodwork, and they're just like totally there for you. And Angie was one of those people, and she was always checking in on me, making sure I was okay. She sent me like some elderberry medicine, and just really it stuck stuck out to me, just how thoughtful and caring she was. So that's, I think, probably when I started getting a little interested. I was like, oh, hey, this person's really kind, really cool, and thoughtful. So at that point, we were still friends, but I think I kind of started crushing on her at that point, because I was like, I was really like touched, that she would help me, because I was by myself, and I've always kind of been a loner, so I didn't really have a support network, but it was really nice. So that's basically how we started. Uh, I guess for my end, how I started getting interested in her, but we didn't really, I think, really get like when we started thinking maybe there was something there until I think was January when she was, because see, I'm a big chicken, so I didn't say anything. I didn't want to like weird her out or anything, but I was just content just being her friend. But January, she basically said, this is how I feel. Uh, and the funny, not it wasn't funny at the time, but part of the funny thing was is that she basically bared her soul to me. And right as I got the message, my phone like ran out of batteries, and I was at work, so I couldn't recharge my phone. So basically, for several hours, she was like freaking out, like thinking, "Oh boy, did I just make a mistake? Is he like totally creeped out and he doesn't want to talk to me anymore?" But that was quite the opposite. I was like, "Oh no, I just saw that, but my phone just conked out." So I had to like wait till I got off work, because that was another 3 hours, and then I had to like get home, plug it into the charger, and then wait for the phone to like get some juice back into it so I could finally respond. So, and after that, it was, we just one thing led to another, and she invited me to take the trip down to Florida, and the rest is history. So that's the origin story of how we met. Anyway, let me catch up on what you guys have been saying here. I got too caught up on that silly story. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? Yeah, I really think it was meant to be, because I agree with you, Cindy, because first of all, the fact that she replied to me in the first place, the fact that I was home on that one day when I probably was not supposed to be home, or didn't, like, under normal circumstances, I wouldn't have been home to see that live. So yeah, there's a lot of things that just sort of fell into place that are very, very interesting. It makes you think that, maybe someone or something else is pulling the strings out there. So, yeah.